Introducing Katie Lepage, APAC Lead Talent Acquisition and Mobility at Incitec Pivot. Katie, welcome to Talent Blazers.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We have an incredible image, two separate images behind us. I'd love to know a little bit about Incitec Pivot and the role that you play within it.
Yeah, thanks. So as you can see from the images, it speaks for itself. We're an industrial manufacturing organization. We have an upstream business, which is our global manufacturing across the world that produces agricultural fertilizers for the ag industry and explosives for the drill and blast mining industry. And we also do affiliated industrial chemicals as well. So global business, really dynamic, across multiple countries. And my role is really to take care of the talent acquisition, employee mobility and branding for our APAC region, which also includes PNG and Indonesia, for all our site and support services.
You've been using video to do some great things. The early hypothesis was introducing video to really increase candidate experience and separately really aim to meet some diversity requirements. Can you talk us through that and what was the strategy to meet those business requirements?
Yeah, so coming on board late last year, I was really sort of, swept up in the fact that we had so many different sites. And as you can see, through these images, to try to get words on page to attract great talent to these sites can be quite hard at times to really resonate what that site experience can be for you. And because we do so many different sites, and our plants are actually, some are older, some are newer. We have new equipment, some are legacy equipment. So when you're actually trying to attract that into the market for the up and coming engineers or the project managers or the reliability folk, you really do need to, I suppose, tap into what do those individual operations offer. And then there's obviously cultures within those plants as well that sort of resonate back to the corporate strategy. So we embarked on a sort of a branding focus group piece for 3 to 6 months to really get out in our operations and understand, well, what are some of those key themes that resonate our employees, but also how does it advocate more of a diverse and inclusive workplace. So looking at that fantastic information we grabbed off site, it was then put into my sort of remit to go, well, how do we then transcend that into attracting great talent to this business when we have such diversity, but also to our brand. Incitec Pivot Limited isn't actually, that well known, even though we are an ASX 100 company, but the Dyno Noble brand and the Incitec Pivot Fertilizer in their own sectors is very well known brand. So when you're working with multiple brands, multiple attraction strategies, our small team really needed to start thinking a bit more innovative and how do we resonate with that end customer to consider us as an organization when, to be honest, when you're a 10-15 year process engineering, you've worked in chemical major hazard facilities, you could go anywhere. So it was really cutting through a lot of that noise out in the candidate market to consider us. So we then looked at the video platform. It was being used in our agricultural side to hear the voice of our end farmer and what our fertilizer product actually meant to them, because we work from everything from cotton to horticulture and back again. So their needs was different. And then it was about collaborating with one of my stakeholders there to say, hey, listen, I'm thinking about video. How do I get that advocacy piece? How do I hear from the employees on these fantastic operations to resonate their experience that could be used as attraction? And that's how it sort of all started.
You've got a graduate campaign that you associated video with initially. What have been some of the challenges in rolling out video for that graduate campaign?
Yeah, so because it was a new, I suppose, strategy, we sort of used the graduates as a bit of a pilot. They're young, they're vibrant, they're love a chat. And I suppose they just have that get in there and have a go. So we put the call out, and thankfully for us, all of them put their hand up. So with the help of our account manager and one of our recruiters, we actually, pulled them all together for a bit of an information session, gave them a QRG, gave them a script that actually resonated back to the branding focus group and some of those key themes around inclusion and mobility through our sites and career progression and working not just with new equipment, but also legacy equipment. We actually pulled that through to the script, and then we let them loose. And
yeah, how many, so it was previous graduates who had joined the business?
correct.
How many?
9 in total.
Okay.
9 in total. Yep. And they all represent our different facilities. So they all sit on all of our different facilities. And what came back was really amazing, because we thought they'd just stand, in front of their plant and, give us a little video, but they actually moved around through the different questioning. They actually went to different parts of our facility. And we have a very strong zero harm culture. So, they're fully decked out in their PPE and, all of their hard hats and everything like that. And they really they got involved and really resonated what their life was like, which from a talent acquisition perspective, we can write all this lovely content on a page, but all it is words. But where they took the video, piece was they actually put some emotion behind it. We had one lady up in far north Queensland. Graduates are, this is their first gig out of home. Like, she didn't know what a FIFO site was. She'd never been in a communal laundry before. And it's all of those little sparks of her journey that really resonated. And I suppose when it all came back, there was so much content for us to use. It was really then working with our corporate branding to make sure it sat within our branding guidelines, but then making sure that the themes of what we really wanted to get through to our our sort of attraction strategy, the video was really emphasizing that. So we were really, really happy with the end result.
So what have been some of the wins on the candidate experience side, and how was the video campaign able to meet diversity requirements?
Yeah, so I suppose some of the key win for us was actually working with our corporate a corporate communications team and actually building a bespoke landing page that had never been done before. And by transcending all of the lovely imagery and the branding, those key themes back to the corporate values, we then were able to insert another layer of attraction, which was the video content, which we'd never really done before. So we were sort of breaking new ground. And I think that was a big win internally from a company, is that if you keep re-emphasizing the why and partnering and really having that collaboration approach, you're amazed at how many people come on board and just want to help out. So the win was a brand new bespoke landing page that hit the market. It was clear, it was crisp. We broke down the video into little snippets. We then were able to attract over 300 candidates, which was double the amount that we did last year. And the quality of candidates that we got through to interview was just amazing. So we ended up from attraction through to selection through to interview, we ended up bringing nearly 63% of our candidates through to site visits. The quality of candidates we had, our hiring managers and our sort of plant staff that came and helped us was like, this is great, don't know how we're going to make the decision. And we actually delivered, exceeded our diversity target. So we appointed 2 out of 3 of the roles were female engineers. And one of the engineering disciplines in mechanical, we've never actually ever been able to appoint a female into that discipline. We've never been able to attract them. So I think that the journey and the win there was really about setting the scene and hearing the voice of our existing graduates that actually attracted the right type of candidates and the quality of candidates that we could actually appoint, which was fantastic.
It sounds like you clearly broke new ground, and you are definitely a talent blazer. The results speak for itself. Thank you for sharing your story, and good luck in the future.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Katie. Bye.
Bye then.